See, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of just making ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I don't want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith the size of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in that recession. I got to do something with this life he give. His plan for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Oh, yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? See, we got to speak that thing into existence. Because it gonna happen. You gotta believe it. In your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say, so you can say what you heard. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, you repeat after me. Come on, say. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. I got to be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, speak this thing into existence. Let's go. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live.
Hey, wanna be living? Yeah.
Your blessings is on the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want heaven.
I want heaven right here on earth. God. Yeah.
Don't you wanna live in the overflow? In the overflow.
Bless when I come. Bless when I go. Yeah. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's going on out there? In Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch land, baby. Yeah, we stream it on 3 platforms, baby. Welcome to Overflow, everyday conversation with your boy. Yeah, baby. That song y'all just heard, man, was called Overflow by yours truly. That song was on my first album, you know what I'm saying? One Man, One Mic, One God. Y'all can go check it out anytime y'all go check it out after y'all get through watching this show, because y'all gonna watch this show. I bet I gotta scrape my glasses up again. Yeah, that song is streaming on all platforms, man. It's called Overflow. You know what I'm saying? I want to be blessed when I come and blessed when I go. I don't want to just be blessed for me. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. That's when you're truly blessed, man. That's when you know God really blessing you. When he bless you to be a blessing to others. That's when you overflowing, baby. That's called the overflow. Welcome, y'all, to the show. How are y'all doing today, man? How are y'all doing? Y'all check in with your boy. What's up? What's up, Miss Winston? I'm not going to even pronounce your name, baby. It's what? How you pronounce that? Quintet. I ain't gonna mess your name up, but I'm good. What's up? When you call me Lamar, I know you know me from the hood or you family. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, baby? You doing good? What's going on? What's going on out there? What's going on out there, Latina? Checking in, my girl. You need to check in on this show, Shawty. That's what you need to do. My girl Katina checking in. Good evening. How y'all doing? How y'all ready for this weather, man? Y'all, it getting cold out there, man. They say it's finna get down to about 30-some degrees, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is gonna be cold in the morning. I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't ready for this weather already. It's already gonna be cold, y'all. This gonna be a long winter. I know some y'all. Who got them children out there trick or treat, man, in this cold weather, man? It is cold out there. I think it's too cold to be out there trick or treating, y'all. It's too cold to be trick or treating tonight, y'all. I know that's why I got. Just so you got to find her a man. You got to find your man. It get cold. You got to find a man. I mean, you got to find a man in all seasons. Now. You just can't find it. Wait till you get cold to try to find your man, myself. You know what I'm saying? You ain't right. Marcella said she got to find her man. It getting cold like that. She needs somebody snug in the rug with her. But anyway, y'all, how y'all doing? I love y'all. What's up, Jackie? What's going on? Jackie Watson checking in. That's what's up, y'all. What are we talking about today? What are we in for today, man? We're gonna talk about how being grateful or ungrateful can what I say? See, I always come up with a topic and forget it. But anyway, I got it right here. How being grateful or ungrateful can make a difference in your life. Did y'all know being grateful or ungrateful can change the trajectory of your life, man? You know what I'm saying? It is my opinion that God only people say you have to be faith. People say faithfulness is what moves God. I think gratefulness is what moves God. When God sees that you are grateful for what you have, he will begin to see, okay, this person right here, I'm grateful for what I gave him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get him a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all agree with that? Or do y'all have your own take? Please, ma'am, sir, please. If you don't agree with me, just say it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody mad but the devil. You know what I'm saying? I love different opinions so I can, go back and forth. I might learn something from y'all anyway. You know what I'm saying? But being grateful, man, is, I think, one of God's ways. I think it's one of God's ways of seeing who he can bless. You know what I'm saying? God don't want to bless nobody who's ungrateful for what they have. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So when God sees your gratefulness, he springs into action. He gives you more. You know what I'm saying? What they say, you have to be a steward over small things for God to give you great things. You know what I'm saying? And over the years, I've definitely been grateful for what God has given me. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this house now, but a couple of months ago, I was in a small apartment, and I was comfortable with the apartment, man. I miss that apartment. I ain't lying. I miss living in Bankhead Court, man. Bankhead represented today. I miss living in Bankhead Court. I miss the small things that I had, man. You know what I'm saying? But when God says it's time for you to take up a move, it's time for you to take up a move. You know what I'm saying? What are you saying right here? It's not that they're not grateful, just mean they're unappreciative. Well, that's ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? That's ungrateful. Unappreciative is another word of being ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people lose out on a lot for being ungrateful. Sometimes we have people in their corners helping them out. You know what I'm saying? But they're so ungrateful when the people leave, they don't know what to do. You know what I mean? If y'all would love to join me live, let me post this link. Let me post the link. I would love for y'all to come on and chop it up. If y'all, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all want to just continue to text, that's fine with me. But I'm gonna post this in the comment section for y'all who want to come on live, chat it up with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Just follow that link. Let me post it in the banner so y'all can see it too. I love face-to-face chat. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate on y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind y'all texting back and forth, but I love face-to-face. I like to hear people. So if y'all want to follow me live, y'all want to come on here live with me and chat it up with your boy, man. Y'all, I would love for you to do it. Cause I went to Blaylock and I don't read that fast. But anyway, y'all, what do y'all take on being? Do you, a lot of people? Let me say this. A lot of people say they're stressed out, and the reason why a lot of people are stressed out, man, because they are not grateful. You're not grateful of what you got. You know what I'm saying? You're not grateful for the things that you have. If people start being grateful for what they have, it'll relieve a lot of stress in their lives. Do y'all agree with me? Somebody trying to promote something to me. Hit me up, whoever you are, hit me up in my DM me, whatever they call it. Yeah, DM me. Yeah. I'm at work. That's why. Okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You at work. That's why you texting. But anybody who want to join me live, y'all come on, join me live, join the boy live. Today we're talking about being grateful, man. How being grateful or ungrateful can make a difference in your life. And I truly believe that being grateful will get you a lot of things in life, man. And when God sees you're faithful, when God sees how grateful you are over the little things that he have bestowed upon you, he will begin to put other things in your life, man, take you to different levels in your life. You know what I'm saying? And I can only speak about my life. You know what I'm saying? I can only speak about my life right now. You know, and I know what God has done for me in my life, for my gratefulness, for me being grateful for the little things I have. My first album I put out, my first album was an album of, to me, I call it a love album. It was my take on how I feel about my God. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can go get that album, y'all can go check it out online anytime on YouTube, Facebook, not Facebook, but YouTube, on Twitch, not Twitch, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, One Man, One Mic, One God, and y'all can hear the whole album is me speaking of God from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I love that album, man. I think it's one of the most unsung album out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I call it inspirational soul. A lot of people call it gospel music. I call my music inspirational soul. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to inspire people, and I'm coming from my soul with it, baby. That's how I do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm grateful for a lot of things, man. A lot of time when I go sing at funerals, I don't get paid for it. But I'm grateful. But I'm grateful that God has given me a voice that people are seeking me out to sing in a moment in their lives, in a moment in their lives that they're in a place where, you know, they're hurting, you know, they're going through things, and they seek me out to sing. And a lot of time I don't get paid for it, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful that they called me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they won't show up unless they're getting paid. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't show up for people unless they get paid. And it can be a difficult moment in their lives. But I think God sends you places, man, to see if you are grateful and faithful to the things that to the gifts that he has given you. For he can bless you with other things. So my next album, 2024, I'll be coming out 2024 with a new album, man, a different kind of flavor, man. But still, it's going to be inspirational soul. I've recorded 6 songs already, man, and they're beautiful songs, man. I listen to them all the time, and I love it, man. These songs are gonna be so inspiring, man, to myself, to y'all, to black people all together, man. It's I haven't named it, so I think I'm gonna name it the Love Album, man, because it's a whole lot of love in that album. Love of my people, love of my family, love of myself. You know what I'm saying? And love of God. You know what I'm saying? So how being grateful or ungrateful can make a difference in your life. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, a lot of people are stressed out. They're stressed out because they want more things. They want more things, but haven't shown God that they are grateful for what they have. You know what I'm saying? So they start doing things that they normally wouldn't do to get bigger and better things, instead of being patient and being grateful for what God has given them. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Cuz, Lisa, what's going on? I see Cuz, Lisa's checking in. You know what I'm saying? You want to feel like it? Come on, chop it up with your cuz, man. Come on, chop it up with your cuz, Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Oh, cuz checking in today. What's your take on being grateful or ungrateful? A lot of the thing going around today, the hot topic going around today are, I guess, a list that women have come up with. Okay, cuz. She says she need the link. Let me send cuz the link, man. Y'all, let me send cuz. I gotta get cuz on him. I'm gonna send it to your phone, cuz. Let me get this link, y'all. Talk amongst yourselves. But look, y'all do me one favor. Y'all just share this. Y'all share this live to your favorite group, to your mama, cuz, and them. You know what I mean? Y'all just share this for me, please, ma'am, sir. Share this live, y'all. And let me get some folks up on here to chop it up with. I like hearing other people's take on stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause at least I hope you got the same number that you've been had. I'm gonna send you this link. Lisa. Yeah, so y'all share this live if y'all don't mind. Okay, cuz I sent the link to your phone. So we're talking about how being grateful or ungrateful can make a difference in your life. For the last week we talked about purpose, knowing your purpose, and how do you know what's your purpose. And this week we're talking about how being grateful or ungrateful can make a difference in your life. And like I started to say, excuse me, like I started to talk about these women. I don't know if it's black women or just women in general, come up with this list of restaurants that guys shouldn't take them. And I'm thinking, like, who the heck are they are to tell somebody who's spending money on them somewhere that they don't want to go. And it only could be one thing. These women, fellas, do not date these type of women, man. Do not date these type of women who are ungrateful for a free meal. And that's like I say, you got 1-star women, you know what I'm saying, want to go on a 5-star date. You know what I'm saying? They want to go on a 5-star date on the first date. No, shawty, it ain't going down like that. It ain't gonna go down like that. I see you coming in, cuz. Put your video up there. I don't see your video coming in. So now you got a bunch of 1-star women, you know, talking about a list of, they got a list of restaurants that they don't want to go to on the date. And I saw the list, man. I'm like, hold on now. What? The list was so long, so it's almost like you don't want to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this like, I'm like, damn, you really don't want to go nowhere, baby. You know what I'm saying? Cause Waffle House is my spot. I like them Waffle House women, man. And then Waffle House women's out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are kind of women that I like. And it was good to see. It was good to see Russell Wilson. It was good to see Russell Wilson um, for Sierra's birthday. He rented out. He rented out the whole a whole Waffle House. He rented out the whole Waffle House. So he celebrated her birthday at Waffle House, man. And I thought it was so good to see the contrast of people with money going to Waffle House. But broke women, they want to go to Captain Grill and you know what I'm saying? And Ruth Chris. Ladies, y'all got to stop this. Y'all got to stop the nonsense, ladies. Y'all got to stop being ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? And I saw Marcella just posted she trying to find her man just to cuddle up with for the winter. You know what I'm saying? And now you got these women. Lisa, I see your box. I see your box, but your video ain't coming in. Let me show you what I see. This is what I see, cuz. So I see you trying to come in, but you ain't all the way in yet.
I think I'm in. Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you. So you don't want your face to be shown.
Yeah, I have on my house coat.
Oh, you beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'll pass today. I'll show up next time.
Okay then, y'all. But she here then. She just don't want to be seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, okay. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great too. You know what I'm saying? Just having a conversation about being grateful and ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on gratefulness and ungrateful? You think that make a difference in your life? Like you think God operates when He sees your gratefulness, or
Absolutely. I think you attract where you are. And I think a lot of people who are never satisfied, they attract energy and opportunities that will never satisfy them. But I think that that's internal by far. I operate in a different type of space because a lot of people, they look for other people to bring joy and completeness into their lives, and they're never grateful because they have these expectations of others that they don't even have of themselves. And I think that's even where that list was compiled from. I think, you know, you and I, obviously we were born and bred in Atlanta. So I think these people have a warped misconception when it comes to just living a good life. And they really think, a lot of women and men, I text you earlier, you have women and men who think that people are supposed to take care of them. And I just think it's ridiculous. I'm a Waffle House girl myself. Um, but I also like to cook, and it just doesn't make sense. When I say sense, a lot of times it doesn't make CENTS for me to go places, because if six people go somewhere and we get a ticket for $800, $1,000 by having a good time for 3-4 hours, in my mind, we can go, purchase really quality food and get a couple of bottles of, it could be Prosecco or whatever. It didn't have to be hard, and enjoy ourselves and have leftovers. So I just think we're operating in a space that's not real, and we're not really raising the bar, because you and I both know most of these people who have these outlandish expectations, they're broke, and their spirits are also broken. Yeah. So I would love for men to start challenging women and ask them. It should be a requirement. Maybe, let me just see if you have an idle $1,500 in your account. How about we do that? So I just think it's ridiculous.
So you suggesting men do that for real?
Well, I think if you want to raise the bar, let's raise the bar. And a lot of times people want to raise it towards other people and not themselves. Do you even take yourself to Ruth Chris?
Yeah. Now, between what you're saying and that list, man, ain't nobody gonna be with nobody.
That's not true. I think we attract who we are. And a lot of the guys and a lot of women, they want these some people want ballers, and ballers are relative to me. In my mind, I'm a worker bee. And if I out hustle a man, he won't stand a chance in my life. And when I say that too, I don't deal with lazy men. I don't deal with men. I've never dealt with a man in my life who asked me to borrow my car. I never dealt with a man who didn't have a job. I mean, you can have vision and other things you want to do outside of what you're doing presently, but I just think we operate in a space whereby we're settling for things. We don't have boundaries or standards or values. And I think it's just creating a rift in our reality.
Yeah, Marini Young said people are presenting their representative, not their reality. What's up, Marini? What's up, Latina? And what's up, Jenny?
Hey,
Join the show.
what's happening?
How are
Not
you?
much, but not
Hey,
much.
Jenny. Hey, y'all.
Yeah, the topic is today is for gratefulness. Last week we talked about your purpose. This week we're talking about how being grateful or ungrateful can make a difference in your life. Has it made a difference in your life?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think
Being
when you're grateful is what draws the good more into your life, because when you have things, whether it's little or much, you can actually lose stuff by being ungrateful. Like you can already have something and lose it because of your ungratefulness. So not only will you not get what you're pouting about that you don't have, you can lose what you already have. It's kind of like the story with the dog and having the bone in his mouth, and he's looking at his reflection in the mirror, and he sees this bone that he thinks is somebody else's, and he's trying to reach for it, and he already has it in his mouth, and he's thinking he's trying to get more, and in the process of trying to reach for more, he lost what he had. So
yeah.
if you're ungrateful, you can lose what you already have just because you just being ungrateful. So it's like a double loss for people.
Now, that was a good example right there. Now.
Yeah.
That was a good visual.
Yeah, I mean, gratitude brings about so much more. And whether, like I said, whether you get it all or not, there's always somebody else who does not have what you have.
Yeah.
So you have to look around and say, you know what? I may not be where exactly I want to be with certain things. I may live here, or I may drive this, or I may wear this or that, but I could not have these things. You have people in worse situations. So you have to always look at what you have, and you will get blessed with more. I've seen it. It happens.
So, Latina, did you help make that list?
No, sir. I have a quality guy in my life, and we can go to the moon, or we can go to Applebee's, or we can go to one of the finest restaurants in the land. But the thing is, I'm not ungrateful.
Mhm.
Quality over quantity any day. And little things mean a lot to me. If he go out and buy my favorite candy, I'm game. I'm happy. It's the little things that mean a lot. A lot of women, and I'm not saying all, but a lot of women are single because, and I'm not saying it's wrong to have standards, but I think sometimes we place our standards so high and our expectations so high that all the things that we want to somebody else, we're not willing to give.
Right.
So
Yeah.
meaning that if I'm not willing to give my man that 5-star restaurant, then why am I expecting him to do the same? Because if I'm being grateful about the situation, I am grateful. Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm a tourist. I like to eat. So wherever we go, I'm game. If it's something I like, I'm okay with it because it's me. But I think that sometimes that we put our expectations go a little bit too high. And sometimes we expect too much of what we're not willing to give. That list is definitely ridiculous. This show list. That's what she said. It's
And
ridiculous to
why,
me.
why is that
Listen,
even a
I
list?
don't care what y'all talking about. I'm going to Applebee's and get the 2 for 25 because check this out. I get an appetizer, I get my meal, I get a drink, I get all of that. So I don't care what these other women out here talking about. And most of them, they're probably are with that type of list. It's probably people that's single and don't have a man.
And why is there even a list anyway? Because if you
Exactly.
think about it, what is the date for? The date is to get to know the person, you know, a little bit more than just maybe talking on the phone. And the whole point of the date is to enjoy that person. So why does it matter where you go to eat?
And
And
it's
that's,
now don't get
you
me
know what I'm
wrong, the first
saying?
date. If it's the first date, I do want him to try to put a little effort into it. But watch them, but watch
Okay,
them.
okay, here we
But
go.
hold on, but let me do the flip the script. Why are women depending on men for the first date? Why I can't say, hey, let's go here, let's go there. What would you like to do? It can be reciprocated. It does not have to be. We get so caught on those old standards of the man got to do, the man got to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that my man open car doors and he'll pay for everything. But I can tip, and I can offer to take him out.
I think men take women in not a expensive. Men don't like taking women to an expensive place on the first date because it depends on what the intention on your dating is.
Right.
Are you looking for a mate? If you're looking for a mate, you don't. I mean, you want to take her somewhere like mediocre because you want to see if she into you or she just into what you can do for her. You know what
Just
I'm saying?
like Jenny said, she got her own money.
Now, if y'all it's just a cut. Now it's just a cut date. You know what I'm saying? It's just a cut date. You know, she gonna want you to spend more money because you know what I'm saying. But and I think that's where it mixed up.
If a man has it like that, then that's on him. But
Yeah.
it shouldn't be this thing of, oh, it should be we go to this type of restaurant on the first date. Again, if you're interested in the person, interested means you like them, like it's something about them you like, and you just want to get to know them. You can go skating. It's so many things you can do. Who says you have to go sit down and spend a bunch of money? Because then it'll be an
skating on the list
expectation.
too, Jimmy. I think skating on the list too.
And because then there's going to be this expectation. You taking me to this fine restaurant right off the bat, then I'm going to probably look at you sideways when you take me somewhere less than, because there's this expectation. Some stuff you build up to, and then again, what is the purpose of the date? You're getting to know somebody, not how much money they can spend. Because that guy who has a lot of money, what if he gets down on his luck later? What difference does that make? It's about getting to know the person.
I totally
Yeah,
agree.
coffee dates is great to me. Take me to get some coffee because I like caramel frappuccinos. I'm down with it.
But can I say that a lot of my mentor always told me this: the average person is average.
Yeah.
And average people pretty much they are followers more so than leaders.
Yes.
So in their minds, like, first of all, every place on this list to a degree, I'm a particular eater, but I mean, you can roll up on the Varsity and get me a hot dog and 2 onion rings because I love their onion rings. And I'm good. I'm absolutely good. I mean, and I'll even roll up on Publix and get me 2 wings. I mean, but
I know that's right.
I think it comes down to if I were to go on a date with someone, I want to know if they have a sense of imagination.
Yes.
You don't have imagination if you're going and doing everything that everybody else is doing. And I think that has a lot to do with attracting the people, attracting what you are and who you are. And most of these women, they're they're average type chicks. That's why every time you go somewhere, they all look alike. They have the same length of hair, the same type of dress. Everybody's wanting to do and operate in the same space. And I just, I hope and pray before they procreate, or I just hope and pray that they get a grip on living a life as an individual versus a follower.
Right.
Because I think the list, because I've also seen the men came up with a list too. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see
About what type of women they not taking to such and such a place.
Yeah, the men had a women, the kind of women they're not taking. They didn't have no list of where they ain't taking nobody. But this is part of the list right here. And some of them, they got Cheesecake Factory #1. I'm like, wow, Cheesecake Factory. That ain't no.
I ain't gonna lie though, I don't like Cheesecake Factory, so that would be out for me.
they got Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle,
Applebee's, we in.
In the movies, I thought the movie was probably a good thing to do on the first date. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking.
Now, never selling your house. I can understand you want to go to buy the house.
Absolutely.
I can
not going to your house.
I wouldn't take you to no fast food chain. I wouldn't take you to Buffalo Wild's wing stop. I could get those right there, but a sit down restaurant, now that's you going to them. You gonna get this, baby.
But let's say here, Chick-fil-A, they have a real nice kale salad. I mean, I just don't understand the ice cream date. That's a good date.
It's about
It is a good date. It just depends again on what is the point of the date. Like if you come into it with I'm excited, I want to get to know this person. You meet up, you go get ice cream, or even if you did sit somewhere that wasn't that expensive, the whole thrill is getting to know the person. So
Absolutely.
I just it's nothing wrong with the nice restaurant. I'm not saying it's not. What I'm saying is that it's the excitement of getting to know more of the person. That stuff is kind of irrelevant. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they got Red Lobster on here. I'm like, what?
Listen.
And then
He can take me to the Dollar Tree on a first date, and I'm happy because I like the Dollar Tree.
Now they got a buffet on here. I know no big girl didn't do this list.
I mean, but I think before you even get to the list, we have to do a better job at vetting people.
Yes.
Because if you vet a person properly, not by what they drive or how they look, because there's some people who they look really nice and they drive nice cars, but internally their spirit is
Right.
bad, and there are a lot of things, and we have to, everybody wants to be either look like a beauty queen or look like a super boss or super all of this. Just because you look right in other people's eyes, you have to vet people. Can they represent you properly?
Right.
If you're not present, do they make you laugh? Or, can they engage in a conversation? Do they think out of the box? Can you guys grow together?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's some things talking about going bowling. I need to know if you have physical.
I'm down for it. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to know if you have physical agility, because if you're not physically fit and you don't like to have fun and go bowling, I don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
I think bowling is a good place to go to spend some good quality time with somebody and have fun at the same time.
Yep.
I think if a man is in tune to if he's listening to you and y'all been having conversations and he's in tune and he want to take you out, then he's already having his mind of the type of things that you like, because y'all probably already discussed something about that. So if he takes you where he thinks that you would like to go, there's nothing wrong with that to me.
I think the only question a man gonna ask is what type of food you want to eat.
Right.
I mean, well, Robert, me and you having a conversation and we just talking, I'll be like, well, I really like chicken. I really had some good chicken the other day.
Yeah.
You really need a new phone.
That's it. Stop. There you go.
but only thing a man want to know what type of food you want. You want Mexican? You want Italian? You know what I'm saying? Then we can go from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna ask you where you want to go. I'm asking you what you want to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's I ain't because I don't want you talking about Capitol Grill right off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because usually that's a question to see what you like. What do you like to eat? Or and then sometimes people have a certain a lifestyle of eating. Some people are vegan, so you have to.
Sorry about that.
That's the process of just trying to figure out like what would be a good place to go when you're understanding the person's lifestyle, and that's again a part of getting to know them. So I don't know.
I like a good listener. If he's listening to me and he takes me where I want to go, or if he's heard me and he say, "Well, I heard she likes this type of food." Right. No matter what the restaurant is, he's already have an inkling of the type of food that I like to eat. So he's gonna take me, even if it's to an expensive restaurant, wherever it is. But just like Jenny said, I want to know if we're gonna have some conversation. I mean, even if we go to just have a drink, are we able to sit there and get to know one another? Because that's ultimately what the date is about. It's to getting to know one another.
Right.
Yep. And I think
just trying to show this.
I think we all have bills to pay. If you're an adult, if you're an independent adult, you have bills to pay. And I think it's insensitive and inconsiderate for women to truly think that a man is supposed to not necessarily spend all his bill money, but spend all of his money. And she just sit there. And most of these women who have all of these outlandish expectations, I don't like girls, but they don't even look like nothing. And I'm like, why? What makes you think somebody should go over and beyond to do something for you? And you can tell they have attitude and they put on this facade like they're super sophisticated.
Right.
Yeah,
But
it's
then you
just
get to a restaurant and they don't know where the salad fork is, and you can't sit down.
absolutely,
Right. Exactly.
absolutely,
So,
Etiquette skills at all. Yeah.
absolutely.
like I said in the beginning, don't put expectations on someone that you're not willing to give.
Right.
Sometimes people go above and beyond. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, I would like to go to a nice restaurant, but of course, like I said, I would like to go to Applebee's. You can take me. We can do the two for 25. To me, that doesn't mean that you cheat. To me, that means you taking me somewhere where I like to eat, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, it all ties into the gratefulness and being whether you're grateful
Yes,
or grateful.
Yes.
Because the whole thing is if you're really not just out here trying to just date, just to say you went out and you went out with this guy,
right,
you went to this restaurant, if you're really truly again interested in this person and getting to know them, then all of that stuff with where you go, how much is spent. I mean, what if you fall in love and you get with this guy down the line? I mean, you have to understand that life happens. Sometimes people
yes,
have. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
would you be okay if you went to Chipotle as opposed to Cheesecake Factory? Like, as far as like, the difference of the style of the place and how much money is spent. I mean, if the guy is somebody that again you're really interested in, why is it a big deal? Like nobody doesn't, nobody disagrees that a nice restaurant isn't a good place to go. But
right,
I'm saying that again, I keep going back to if you're trying to get to know this person, not just trying to use them for a free meal, but you're really trying to
right,
get to know them, then you have a sense of okay, he wants to go out, I want to go out. Let's just enjoy each other. Let's have fun. And the food and stuff becomes almost like secondary to the
right.
experience of trying to get to know that person.
Yep.
I
And I
like ice cream dates. I think that's awesome.
Yes.
Yep, and I think to your point, Jenny, I think it needs to become a trend to be forthright and be able to have a conversation because a lot of people don't even know how to articulate like what they really like and what they really want. I mean, to be quite honest, I love clothes. I love dressing up to a degree, but
Yeah,
I really enjoy wearing my workout pants. And
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily put on a whole lot. I don't want to put on clothes and be fluffy and go to places and even like these clubs and lounges and these brunch places. You have to wait in line to give your money away.
Yep.
And when you give your money away, the service is not always exceptional. The
Right.
food is
right,
not exceptional. The everything is overpriced.
Yep.
I mean, and I just think to myself, I can feed probably 20 people with $3 worth of grits that I buy from the store. But I
Right.
spend $10 on a bowl of grits.
Right.
right.
Going to, so when you think about stuff like that, I just think we need to be real with ourselves
Yeah.
when it comes down to just identifying and vetting people. And everybody you meet is not going to be a mate. They may
Right.
be a friend. They
Right.
may be a business partner. And you don't know. And I think that's another thing. Everybody's connecting with people thinking that that's going to be my husband. You never
Right.
know who that person will be to you.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I say being grateful or ungrateful can make a difference in your life. The person you turning down because you want to go to some expensive place, but he just want to go have a good
Yeah.
conversation with you just to check you out,
Right.
without you know what I'm saying, without breaking his bank. He might be the best guy you ever had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
But
he
now,
might be saving money.
yeah, yeah. That's I don't think guys have a problem taking women to expensive places, but not just any woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
I'm not just gonna take any woman to. I ain't spending $150, $200 on anybody. You know what I'm saying?
And I
Especially
and I
on
and
the first
I
date. Yeah.
and I think that goes back again to being grateful because
Yeah,
sometimes people know what they may have an idea what they want, but they really don't know what they need.
right.
So when you meet some people and you brush them off he may not fit the MO of what you've had in the past, but he
Mhm.
is what you actually need.
Yeah.
You
And you
know,
never know when you meet somebody, you never know how long that they're supposed to be in your life. Like
absolutely.
and it's going back to something you said, Lisa. We have to get out of the expectation of, am I going to, and both of y'all said this, am I going to this dinner with this gentleman because I want a free meal, or I'm going because I want to get to know him and I want to spend time with him and see where this thing goes. Or even if it's just, hell, it could just be a friendship. It could just be a friendship that I got this good male friend that I can go and have drinks and dinner and we can talk and vent and shoot the breeze with, and nothing else has to come of that. But we have to get back to that communication. And one thing I want to say about being grateful and ungrateful, being, you have to be, some people are not taught to be grateful. Some people are given too much and then they feel a sense of entitlement.
Right.
And when
Yes.
you get to a point that you have a sense of entitlement, you feel like they should do, you should have done, you should do this and you should do that. No, don't have a sense of entitlement. Be grateful. Hell, you go buy, listen, I like gummy worms and stuff. You go buy that because you was listening to me and I told you about my favorite candy. Little things mean a lot. And little things can make a break a relationship. Little things can make a break somebody being grateful or ungrateful. You might decide to buy me a hairbrush because you seen that I like to brush my wigs. You know, I change wigs a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Right.
saying just
Right.
just things like that, because to me, you're paying attention to me. That means in somewhere in your mind, you want, this is a longevity move because you're trying to get to know me
Right.
and you're paying attention to me.
Absolutely.
So, and it works both ways, ladies. We
Right.
want these men. We expect men to do. What's wrong with you sending him a gift card to go to his favorite restaurant or bar and grill?
Yep.
Yeah, but
It goes both ways. It's called being appreciative and being grateful. Hey, thank you for taking me out the other day. I sent you such and such. I sent you a gift card. Maybe you want to go and have. Maybe you want to go to the sports bar and grill and have lunch on me. Nothing's wrong with that. We have to get out of that sense of entitlement. We're not entitled to anything from anybody. If somebody takes out their time to do for us, to send us cards, to send flowers. A lot of women don't like flowers. If they send your favorite candy, if they send you lunch, or they DoorDash you, hell, DoorDash me some lunch, baby. I'm good. That lets me know you was thinking about me. Thank you for thinking about me. So, Rob, we got to get back to the sense of being grateful, being thankful for everything. It's people, all these women over here fussing about that list. They they are missing out on probably some really good men out here. And then not only that, you so busy trying to get a free meal, then you gripe and say, "Oh, I'm single, I ain't got nobody," but you're not being open to having nobody.
Well, see,
Okay.
this is the pain of the society we live in. It's very
Yeah.
shallow. So,
Yeah.
you know, most of the time when you are on social media, people are posting where they've gone, you know, what they wore, their outfit.
Ooh.
Here, they're posting what they had to eat. It's shallow. So that's the vibe that's out, where it's about how you look, where you went, what you ate, who was there in the restaurant, as opposed to, okay, I met this really nice guy and I'm getting to know him. People just are shallow. It's
yes.
super shallow. That's
Yes.
just where we are.
Because
Yes.
social media then
It shouldn't even
provided
be
this
a list.
platform that we could be whoever we are
It shouldn't
versus
be a
who we really
list.
are.
Well,
It shouldn't be.
I think social media has also exposed the lack of self-esteem and weakness
Yes.
in people, and I think that's why people are wanting to share. I mean, I've seen people, they're sharing people on their deathbed. They're talking to people in video, and I'm saying to myself,
Yeah, I don't get
certain things is just private.
that. I don't get that,
Wow.
man.
I
You
just
know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, but those are people, but that's attention seeking behavior. And
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
know what attention seeking behavior will get you. You have people out there who will prey on anybody, and some people, they just welcome any attention, not knowing how to filter it. And it's really sad. It's really sad. And going back to the gratefulness piece and the entitlement piece, you have females, just because they think the ultimate thing that men want is in between their legs. They think they're
Right.
entitled to be treated a certain kind of way. And to be quite honest, again, I have no desire for some of these dudes that they know what I know. They wouldn't want what's in between the legs because some of these women are toxic.
So they should be they should be grateful then.
Absolutely. They should be grateful that they purging them
they should be grateful for her ungratefulness.
Absolutely. But I do believe this, and I've been blessed. I've been blessed that I was raised by a very strong Black man, and I've had strong Black men in my family, and I have good friends, and even my relationships. Like, I don't have gripes. Like, I have my exes still call and check on me, and I check on them. And I tell people all the time, we have to also own the fact that if we have these really bitter, disoriented people in our past, we have to look at ourselves, because if you're attracting those type people, you attract them for a reason. And you have to come, just come to grips with that. But we just need to do a better job of being isolated and kind of reflecting on who we are and who we're not. Because I think a lot of people, they're ungrateful and they're unwilling to do the work to be great. And I think that's a big piece as well.
Got to do that shadow work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, this generation today, women leading with their bodies.
That's
Men
true.
are leading with their money, but
That's
then
true.
complaining about it. And what's up, Shauna? I was just one of Shauna's event. Shauna and Leticia, they had an event today. They're two women who had some real challenging stories, man, but they made it through it, and they're doing fine. And they telling their stories, man, and those two women are grateful for what I'm saying for the. I'm not gonna speak for you, but I'm pretty sure you're grateful for the things you've been through. But there was a lesson to be learned. You know what I'm saying? But their story was powerful, man, and I went to support them Saturday.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Oh, that's awesome. I would have supported if I was there. I'm sorry. But I ain't in y'all state. But I'm coming soon, hopefully. That's what my plan is. My plan for 2024 is to come your way, Rob.
I'm gonna send you a phone stand. I'll put you hold your phone, something like that.
Well, I have one, but right now my phone is charging, so I'm holding it. So anyway,
that is hilarious.
He couldn't help himself. We was getting along tonight. He just couldn't help himself.
Latino, I'm grateful for you.
He has historically been an agitator. He agitated me like that when I was a kid.
I know it.
Don't go telling no stories.
Okay.
She better tell us all. I know.
she over there hiding. She don't want nobody to see her face over there.
I'm not interested. No.
But
no.
I have a very beautiful cousin.
Oh, I think.
Well, your cousin know that you ain't right. She know. No, but I'm grateful. But I'm really grateful, Rob, that I got to meet you and this platform that you provide. Because it's a great platform. You let us come on. We talk about it. We chop it up. We crazy. We be going at it. And I like healthy dialogue, because you got to learn how to have healthy dialogue. That's a lot of what these kids are missing, because they don't talk to each other. They text all day. So they don't have that conversation. And we got to get back to having conversations. We get back to having conversations. Conversations rule the nation, is what I was told. You have those conversations, then you're able to tell somebody, I don't like this restaurant, or I don't like, and then he won't take you to where you don't want to go. You ain't got to worry about that.
And the conversation has to be right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the conversation has to be right.
It's crazy stuff people be talking about, like everything is so physical, and it's about and it's so extra. It's so extra.
Yeah, and I think I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lamar.
I know if I pull up at a restaurant, I got you in the car, and you talking about this ain't good enough for you. I'm turning around and I'm dropping you right back at the house.
You're gonna drop me off, Rob.
And you might have to Uber back home.
I was just about to say, that's an opportunity. You can use that food money to just send them back. But I do. I
No,
think
I ain't gonna be that low down.
you gonna be that low
I
down.
ain't, you know,
I mean,
even though she's ungrateful, the least I can do is drop off where I picked up at.
that is true.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
you were raised that way. I mean, and I totally get it. I just think some of these women, when I hear them, even in the store, you know how you hear people they're on the phone in conversation talking to their homegirls or whomever, and I'm saying to myself, who would want to take you anywhere?
Right.
I mean, I mean, just
Your attitude is horrible.
but the level of the lack of quality when it comes to I'm a believer, people, places, and things should make you warm and fuzzy, and some of these people, there's no fuzziness and there's no warmth when it comes to them. And I think these women, they want to be treated like queens, but they haven't made it to that status yet, to that level.
Well, a lot of men are intimidated by women like yourselves. A lot of men are intimidated by women like y'all because they can't just play y'all. But the
Right.
women but a lot of women, I'm gonna take you to this fine restaurant. You got a date. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women just ain't gonna go for it. I don't care where you taking me. I got to get to. We got a couple conversation first, but we go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women, they just want to be seen. They want to get the phones out and do the selfies at the fine restaurant and post it so everybody can see how they balling and all that. For one night.
For one night, you got it right. One night only. You better tell them.
I mean, and what kind of like message are you sending? Like, are you trying to just have a good time? Or are you trying to, look into having something that, again, it could be just a friendship? Like it's just too many, like it's just too much of the physical shallow things. Like I said, you should be more interested in building relationships. And if it's all about, the looks of everything, that's why we have so many problems in the world, because it's too showy. And you have to have a building of relationships mindset, because that's how you network. That's how things grow with businesses. That's how families get closer, because you get to know people, then you get to know their family, and it just goes on and on and on. But when it's just about, I'm just going somewhere to have a good time, and I just want to make sure that this guy's taking me somewhere really super nice so I can show it off. I mean, again, what if he loses all of that? Not, may not ever happen, but what if he does? Then you're only wanting him for what he can do for you, not for who he is.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And I think once somebody chimed in, and I had a conversation. You see the toxic people, oftentimes they're winning.
Yeah.
You see them winning, and I think a lot of people kind of get down internally because they're seeing the toxic people being videotaped, and they're doing all of these things. They're winning, but the good people are posted up in the house because they're over it.
Right.
But
People,
I don't think it's long-term winning though. They're winning in the moment.
absolutely.
Yes.
They're showcasing their wins. Also, the wins are not authentic. It's not by way of their spirit and, what they've, kind of invested, but they showcase those wins. And you have other people, they get in their feelings to a degree because they're like, I have standards. I'm not doing that.
Right.
But you have a lot of men, you say they're intimidated, Lamar. I don't think they're intimidated by far. I think they don't want to be accountable, to be a better men.
Wow.
Because and by being a better man, that's just, don't talk to me. Like I don't deal with people. My dad didn't raise his voice at me. My dad didn't put his hand on me. There's certain things I I told my nieces a couple of days ago, I actually like pickup truck dudes. And they were like, why? I said, because they're functional.
Yeah.
these dudes who ride driving these vehicles with low profile tires. Like if I needed for you to pick something up for me, you can't even do that.
So you need a bedroom set brought to the house, don't you?
Exactly.
He can save me. He can save me a $200 delivery fee.
I mean, but you can say the same thing for women. Like if a man And you don't necessarily have to be weak in a space, but you may want somebody, hey, look over this for me and tell me what you think about this new business plan I wrote. You want her to have the capacity to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Not the
Or
capacity.
at least have some kind of intelligence about it.
Absolutely.
Right.
But you have some of these chicks, like, again, if you needed her to go pick up a check or do anything for you to represent you, a lot of these women, they just, I mean, they probably even going to a funeral. I've seen booty dresses at a funeral.
Yeah.
They just eye candy,
It,
It
I
is about
can't, it's
no
not appropriate. It's
substance.
not the place for it.
Right. Yep. I mean, it just goes back to that there is it's not what's being presented with the times we're living in. And what I'm seeing is that there is not a lot of examples. Like, you have a lot of women that are of age where they should be an example to show the younger women, but they are not, because they're trying to keep up with the younger women. And so therefore you have, all these women from 20s up to 60 trying to do the same thing. And so nobody is, showing up at a funeral with the proper dress on, because you got people close to 60 wearing, stilettos and stuff like that. I mean, I've seen it to church, and if that's what you want to wear, that's your business. But it's overwhelming. It's just overwhelming.
Y'all just keep Pastor distracted.
I mean, you can look nice. It's just
Ain't
not
no
a lot of examples of.
ain't no more skirts down to your ankles no more. You put it like
Well, I mean,
that.
It ain't doing that.
and it doesn't have to be down to your ankles, but the thing is that we've just come away from etiquette. We've come away
Yep.
from being ladylike. It's almost like everything is just more like just exposing too much in a way that it leaves no room for being classy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you can look nice, and you can do those things that women do to, I guess, be attractive, but it doesn't have to be in a way that's going to have you where you're just all out of place, where there is no example for the younger ones coming up. I think I shared
Right.
a story one time where I was in the grocery store and I had on a skirt. It was down to my ankles. And this little 12-year-old girl, she had to be maybe 11 or 12. And she came up to me. She was like, "You look so pretty. I really like your dress." Because maybe that's something that for her, she didn't see often. Um, but it's just something that, again, we're just out of whack. Everything is showy. So again, let's go into all of that ungratefulness, where you gotta go to this particular place just so you can feel good about your first date. And that first date, if you're going somewhere expensive, you are gonna dress up and wear all of the heels and the dresses and all the jewelry. And again, that comes with everybody just being showy. And sometimes it's okay, but it shouldn't be like a demand, like, "Oh, I can't go if we don't go here," because
Right.
that's being a
I
great.
seen that video and that irritated me.
Yeah, I mean, you're spending time, because when you go out on a date, that's somebody's time. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Mhm.
Like, somebody give you your time, that right there alone is something to take into account. A person doesn't have to spend 2 hours sitting at a restaurant with you, and all it's about for you is the food. That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
I think when you go back, I think it goes back to vetting, and I definitely agree with you when it comes to standards. I think a lot of people, they may feel uncomfortable, but it may be a good thing to say. In small conversation, what are your standards? What are
Yeah.
your boundaries? What are your values? And if a person cannot answer that, that's almost like asking, what are your smart goals, for the next 12 months? And we all know, if you don't have goals, like, what are you shooting for?
Right.
Because basic things you can ask people, and I personally don't like people to ask me what I do. I
Yeah.
don't, because what I do is not who I am.
Exactly.
But do you ask
Exactly.
do you ask that though?
No, what do people do?
Yeah, say if you're on a date, you do. Is it proper to ask a guy what you do for a living?
So I have a different, I
Or
have a
just
different
a
approach.
one-way thing, you know.
Well, no, because I like to see how people play out organically. And I like for
Mm.
people to see how I play out organically.
Mm.
Because when people ask me what I do, you know what I tell them? I do the best I can with what I got.
All right.
Damn
And
right.
and
Wow.
you can take it however you want to take it. I mean, I know what I do, but what I do is not who I am. And I'm not
Right.
about to
Right.
tell you what I do so you can check off, okay, she's
Yes.
good
Yes.
enough for me to talk to. No,
Right.
that's not how you about to gauge me.
Right.
That's why I have my own boundaries. And I'm like, I'm not telling you that. This is like people, where you live, what side of town you live on.
Right. Right.
I live in Metro Atlanta. I mean,
You
I
ain't,
because
like that.
you ain't telling nothing on no date.
I ain't telling nothing.
I
I
like
mean,
that though.
but I think we need to get back there, because everybody doesn't deserve to know everything.
Right.
And everybody, what's happening is you're telling people where you live, you're showing people around your house, you're telling
Yep.
people you're going on vacation.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I don't want people to have that much. You're giving people control over your life.
Yeah.
Well, I think you can be vague. You can be vague in telling people things. You know what I'm saying?
You could be,
Just give them an idea. You know.
but if you have that kind of time to display everything you're doing, Lamar, like that means you doing it to showcase more so than not. I don't have the time.
Oh, you talking about social media? Or are we talking about on a date?
No, a social media on the date. Like I don't, when getting to know a person, period. Because some people actually be like, do you have Instagram? They go straight to your Instagram.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I have a business, and they'll ask me, do you have an Instagram? And I'm like, yeah. You know, and they'll ask me what my Instagram is. You only see my business because I don't put personal stuff on there. And I just have one Instagram. But you can assess people in different types of ways. But I just think we need to become creative as to how we vet people, because some people are not meant for a second date or
Mhm.
for you to see them again. Like, and that's the God honest truth. I don't care what they driving. I don't care how much money they have. And we need to be grateful for the opportunity to make choices. That's what we need to do.
Right.
Yes, and some of
And
them
we
ain't good for the
also
first date.
Yes.
we also got to get back to we got to go back to having standards and not accepting
Yes.
everything.
Right.
And I think a lot of times people accept things because they don't want to be by themselves. They want a warm bed and a warm body in the bed, and they accept those things. And then, just like cousin said, she said that when we have relationships, we have to get back to those standards. We have to say we have to tell people what you want, what you expect. But I don't ever want my expectations to be so high that they can't be fulfilled. I don't want to be saying, "Oh, I want a 6 foot dude, and I want this, and I want that, and he got to have a six figure, and he got to have 3 cars and 3 houses, and this and that." Well, we having all of that, and then he turned out to be a creep.
Right.
Yeah, that's why people need to be very, very careful about what you ask for.
Yes,
Because we're asking for a lot of internal things. We're not asking for external things, not internal things.
right.
And
And that
that's
goes back to having those conversations. Because
yeah.
if your conversation's good, I'm going to keep talking to you. If you and I could sit on the phone for hours and talk and discuss all kind of topics and things that we're both interested in, and just like cousin said, she said that a man want to know if you can take a check down to a business, or you could write a check, or if we could discuss some real estate. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about starting a business. What do you think? If I could bounce ideas off with you, and what do you think about this? You got to have some kind of intelligence. We got to stop leading out with our body. Because baby,
Yeah.
what you gonna do when that body, when that BBL stop BBLing? Then ladies, what y'all gonna do out here?
Yeah.
What you gonna do
That
out
is
here,
true.
baby? Because he gonna trade you in for a new model, unless you got some type of substance. You have a brain. You have a longevity in you, where we talking about building houses, building businesses. We got longevity of wealth. We building wealth. We getting portfolios. We talking about things like that. That means I see a longevity in you, and I can still like you at the end of the day. Versus I'm stuck with you because I liked you. I liked you. I liked your big butt and a smile. Basically, now I'm
When,
stuck with you.
when she knew that BBL, she better go get a CBL.
See, yeah, thank you.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
High five,
That's a good
Rob.
one.
That's the one right there,
That's
baby.
a good one.
But I see,
That's the one right there.
I see a lot of women drivers now, man. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think that's wonderful. I have a friend that
absolutely.
owns a trucking company in Oklahoma City right now, and she just got another truck, so her business is steady growing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's wrong with that, but you
yeah,
don't want nobody that have no substance. I want to be able
Yeah.
to talk to you.
But
Tell me that you
and also
acquired a property. Tell me that you bought us some stock. Talk to me about that. Feed my mind, baby. If you feed, I'm telling you, if you get the right woman that's intelligent enough and you feed her mind, baby, once you feed her mind, you get everything else. It all comes together.
and I think that's vice versa for men and for
Yes,
women. And when it's all
yes,
said and done too, you never know. Like somebody told me long ago that good friends is better than money in the bank, because
man.
you can lose the money and you can make it back. But if you have solid people around you, those people are going to build you up and you in turn will build them up. But you have to prepare for that. It's like you have to do homework on yourself and you have to strengthen your own self and sharpen your own knife in order for someone to be attracted to you enough to be like, I don't want to lose this person. And it may be, and the capacity of a friend. But I think
Yeah.
that going back to knowing that in order for you to expect something of higher standard, you got to be it. And again, that goes back to that list. I mean, are you kidding me? Like I heard, well, I just don't
It's a
understand.
bunch of stupidity.
I mean, but I think it's also distracting. I think because if we really look at the big picture, that's one of the reasons why we have a minimal amount of wealth in our communities, because we are distracted on the wrong things. We're spending money and spending time and energy separating each other and weighing each other, while other people, they're building empires.
Yeah.
We're
exactly.
You
Yeah,
hit the nail
yeah.
on the head right there.
Yeah, we're just not doing that. And if you sit down, you be like, hey brother, how are you? And blah blah blah. Because I need to know, and this is another thing, this is a big issue for me. Women who date guys with kids end up having kids by the guys, but the guys were not taking care of the kids they had, and you talking about he a deadbeat. No, you a deadbeat. Because he wasn't taking care of the kids. Like that's isn't that writing on the wall? You
Right. Like
you
you
know, and I just think we have to be able to pay attention to those obvious cues, and we need to walk away when it's time to walk away. And I think we kind of put ourselves in pickles for no good reason.
And like you said earlier, if you still attracting the same, if you're still in that cycle, that loop cycle of attracting the same kind of people, then something wrong with you. You need to go do some root work. You need to go check on yourself, figure out what's going on with you, and why is your mentality to attract those certain individuals.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Something
think,
wrong with you.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
get you some mental health. Go check on yourself, baby. You need to get out there and check on yourself. Stop being so superficial, baby. Because when that BBL and all of them, their lips and all them lips start falling, then what you gonna do? Because I want somebody I can talk to at the end of the day, and I need somebody that's still gonna love me when I got my gray hair is popping. Because when I take this wig off, I want you to love me how I'm looking in, and I want you to love me when I get dolled up. Love
yeah,
me, just love me. So you want somebody there for the longevity.
yeah. Because things are just things. You lose
And
them,
things
you gain
change.
them. And yeah,
Yeah.
things change, we change. And everything is just should be a focus on the inner. So if you're grateful, you'll be blessed with the right relationships. You'll be blessed with whatever things that you think you want. But your aim shouldn't be, I gotta go get this, he gotta have that. I mean,
Right.
or you put a lot of stock into the shallow physical things, because again, those things can go away. It can go away, and it can change in a day, all in a day.
That's right. That's right.
And
And stop making excuses for people when they don't have standards for themselves.
Right.
We live in a time right now where you cannot give me no type of excuse telling me why you don't have a job or why you're not making money. People are making money, like the guy who came here. He go out and eat food and rate restaurants, and he's making money. You got Kim Kardashian. I don't want to disrespect her. I don't think she has the biggest, most functional brain, but she just got a partnership with the NBA to sell underwear. Her underwear is going to be the sponsor. There's so many ways to make money now. If money is your thing,
networking.
and you don't have to be money hungry, but knowing that money provides us with options. We have to be honest about that, right?
Yeah,
And
money is a tool. Yeah.
it's a tool for sure, but we need to stop embracing people with these superficial ways of living and
Right.
then get mad at them. You have to be mad at yourself, because again, you didn't have the standards to fairly assess them, because you
Mhm.
have no standards.
Right.
Yeah. And networking is everything. You know, I do poetry, and I could be, and one person could show up, or 150 people could show up, and I'm gonna give the same show for that one person that I'm gonna give for that 150. And if I'm in the room with the right person, if that one person is the right person that I need to talk to, that might lead me down the road, and I'm gonna be grateful because that person came out for me. So you definitely, the gratefulness is in the little things. Little things
Yeah,
always mean a
exactly.
lot.
And
Little
that,
things
yeah,
always mean a lot. And I know, I don't know the particular verse, but I do know that it says that when you are grateful for the little, God will give you much.
Yeah.
exactly.
If
And
you
that's
faithful
So
over the little things, he'll
you pay for the little things, yes. So
yeah.
yeah,
he'll give you so much more. So, and then I recently seen a movie where the gentleman he was a whole prince, but he pretended to not be a prince because he wanted to meet a young lady to see if she would care for him and love him without knowing his status of having money. And so a lot of times men do that too. Some men do that too. They
yeah,
might meet a
yeah,
woman and take her, to
yeah.
see how she reacts and pull up to these places. And that's probably how that list came about. Pull up to these places to see what's your reaction, how you're going to be if I'm taking you somewhere small, but you don't know what I have stored up. I might have
Exactly.
had a whole chef in there waiting to prepare a meal for you, but
Right.
because you acted a fool before you even got inside, because you're superficial, because you was not grateful for the little things.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, and that's why us men do that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We don't want to, because if you start off at the top, where we gonna go from here?
where
You know
you
what I'm
gonna
saying?
build
If,
to?
if,
Right.
if you know what I'm saying, then a couple of days in, I figure out you ain't the one, and I don't spend all my mind on you. You know what I'm saying? That ain't happening, baby. You know
Yeah,
what
You
I'm
but
didn't
I
buy
saying?
purses, and now you want to
Yeah,
take your snatch your purse back.
I don't buy Gucci bags and
And now you like, I need you to give my stuff back because
yeah,
I don't
I
even
need
like
my stuff
you.
back. I'm breaking in your house, get my stuff back.
Yeah, but I think Lamar, that also speaks to, I think you've spoken to this, like we need to not necessarily hold back, but we need to have you need to get to a point and whereby you get through a certain stage in life, a certain stage in a relationship. And I think a lot of women trying to show up and show a man everything. You want to show, I want him to know I got this kind of body. I want him to know what kind of money I'm making. I want him to know where my grandmama stay, where I stay, this how I roll. And a lot of men are
Hmm.
doing that as well, and I don't think people deserve all of that at that point in time.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
just think we need to do a better job, but that's internal work, and it's going to be uncomfortable for a while. But I think we need to get to the point whereby I'm not telling you all of that. I don't
Right.
need for you to pick you not no you're not picking me up on a second date. I can meet you there. And women, take the money that you, wherever you going. If you don't have the money to pay for your own, you shouldn't be going.
You shouldn't
And
be
that's the
going.
and that's the go that's the that has been the standard for me, like across the board. I'm even flying somewhere. Oh, he said he gonna take me out of town, but you stranded. You shouldn't have been going. And like you should
Stuck.
stop doing that and stop. And this stresses me out. I saw this female. She was at Quick Trip putting regular gas in a Mercedes. You don't need a Mercedes, babe. It's
Right.
okay. It's
Right.
okay.
Right.
Baby,
Like you
listen,
can
I'm gonna get
you
me in a
can
Honda Accord and be
you
all
can
right with the girl.
If you can't,
absolutely
yeah,
get
if you
your
can't
Camry.
handle it, don't front.
Yes, but we have a lot of people who are moving to Atlanta or from Atlanta, and everybody wants to be a part of this scene. But everybody, we need to embrace the fact we all have our own schnitt that we're dealing with. And you don't have to, the people you're trying to impress, they really don't even care about you that
Sure
much.
don't. Because just like they're looking at you, you ain't the only one. They looking at somebody else. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So you're just one of many that everybody's looking at. And then you'll never sometimes, pass those people by again. And you'll go home at the end of the day and feel great about because everybody looked. I mean, it's about quality
Yeah. And
relationships.
stop operating in
Crazy.
yeah. Yeah, stop operating in toxic, excuse me for interrupting.
No, you're
Stop operating in toxic circles of people who make you feel less than if you don't have try and have that look.
right.
Because
Yeah.
that's another thing I see. Everybody's in on this paper chase and they're trying to look like movie stars.
Yeah.
You're not a movie star, babe.
Yeah.
You're
And you don't know
not.
what they did to get to the top. We don't know what they do on the backside of looking good on that screen. Trust me, I've been in this business. I've been in this poetry business for almost 5 years now. I've seen a lot of different things, and I've seen a lot of people that I looked up to at one point, and then I got to see them in other lights that I didn't care for. And so sometimes we will be idolizing people, but we don't know what they done dealt with on that backside. I don't know if this is your big break, this is your best movie you done ever had, and the rest of them really flop for you. You only got a little more, you might have set up and ate soup and sandwiches all week, and I don't know that when you go home. And nothing's wrong with eating soup and sandwiches, so people don't come for me. But what I'm saying is, in I'm just saying in general, we put so many expectations, and we're idolizing people instead of putting that energy into ourselves and building ourselves up. We're so busy chasing them and following them. Follow the yellow brick road. That's where we at.
That's
Follow the
because
yellow brick road.
that's because a lot of people aren't grateful of the person that God, made them
That's
out to be.
right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just ain't grateful for that.
They not.
A lot of people miss their calling because they're
Yep.
not grateful for the for
Absolutely.
the
Absolutely.
for the moment that
Absolutely.
God has them in at this moment. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? They're just not grateful people. And they'll
Right.
and they'll stop doing something because they're not grateful. Like you say, you sometimes 10 people gonna show up.
10.
But you
It
but you
could be
got to
10.
yeah, but you have to be grateful for those 10 people.
That's
And
right.
Yes.
and, and I know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's been plenty of I even wanted to stop doing this podcast because let's say I get like tops 15 people. But the spirit told me you need to be grateful for those 15 people. Because I remember you had 2 people.
Right.
Yeah. And
And
then
you know,
And
and,
then
go,
yeah,
I'm
and,
sorry.
and everybody want to be big fast.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
the
Everybody want to be
longevity
big
road.
fast. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes God just have you in a space for the people you entertaining.
Yep.
You
And
know
you
what
got
I'm
to
saying?
But
remember why you're doing what you do. It's like the point is, why are you doing it? Why are you doing what
Exactly.
you do? And if you're doing it for showy reasons, and showy could encompass numbers. Oh, I want high numbers. Those numbers may come, they may not in a large scale. But the point
right.
is, why are you doing it? God may have purposed you to do something for just 5 people. But those 5 persons will affect someone else. And it just goes on and on. You may not ever see it, but it goes on and on and on. So whether it's 1,000 or it's 100 or it's 10, why are you doing what you're doing? And you have to be grateful for the stages that you're in. I mean,
Yes.
I think why you do what you do is the root of your success. Like, are you grateful for the levels that you're on? because they will grow, and it could be, you know, some people's platforms or whatever they're doing is bigger than someone else's, but it doesn't, that's not the point. The point is, why are you doing what you do? Because
Right.
you're doing it for a purpose, for someone to benefit from it, to be blessed from it, because we don't come here to live selfish lives. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to give of ourselves in a healthy way so that we can help somebody else, and then they pass it on, because it's something that continues. You know, you do it for them, they do it for somebody else, and it just keeps going on and on and on.
And not only that, like I said earlier, you don't know who's in the room. I've been in rooms with millionaires. I've been in rooms with stars. I've met stars. I've been in rooms with people that are not as big as the other stars. But guess what? They led me to somebody else that I needed to talk to. So you never know who's in the room, and why. And if you always decline in opportunities, like Rob said, opportunities present themselves to you daily. If we're declining those opportunities, we don't know what that opportunity was going to lead to. I might have met Mr. John, and Mr. John might have 4 or 5 businesses that he wants, or he might be a publicist, or he might be a person that has a venue that wants me to come and do 3 or 4 shows at his venue. But I wouldn't have never known that because I was so caught up in, oh, it's only one person out there. I ain't
Yes.
going out there.
And then
Yeah.
also too, look at, and this is another way to look at it.
Yes.
You may not know who's in the room who just that was needing just to hear what you had to
Yes.
say. It could have saved their life. You know what
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And I
And
have. I have.
it's something that's, you know, nothing in maybe in our knowledge of, oh, we did something great, but when they walked away, that might have kept them from committing suicide. It might have kept them from making a bad decision to go do something that would just alter their life, and then of course that would affect somebody else's life. It can go in a lot of ways. It's just we think numbers sometimes is the biggest deal. No, you, that person could be somebody that has great status in life, and it could be somebody who may be considered a nobody, but that nobody needed to hear what you had to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree, and I would like to add to that to say, if you have, when you get to a point where you have, you're at peace with your purpose
Yes.
and your
Yeah.
vision, like you don't need anyone to make you feel away.
Right.
You don't
Absolutely.
need all of that extra if you're at
Absolutely.
peace. And that's a process.
Yes.
Peace doesn't come instantly, it's a process,
Amen.
and we have to do the work. And I think when it's all said and done, we need a vision. We need to know what the vision is to have peace. We
Right.
need to know what our purpose is to have peace. And to have peace, you also need to be grateful for where you are in order to get to that place. So sitting down and just paying attention to who you are, who you're not, and what you know you were put on this earth to be. I think that'll put us in a different place so we can build. And I say this, I'm about to jump. I had the privilege, and I'm so grateful. I had the privilege. I had a friend that was teaching in Abu Dhabi, and right before COVID, I went over to visit her for 3 weeks, and we went to Egypt from there. But I was able to take my time and just kind of explore the space, the land, and it brought tears to my eyes to see the kings and queens that were buried with so much, jewels, and how young they were even.
Mhm.
And the things that I was like, how could humanity build certain things like these pyramids? And I say all that to say, these people, they didn't have the distraction of, social media,
Mhm.
right? And they didn't have all of this other stuff. They had the opportunity to build within themselves, with others, and create situations that people will be able to kind of reflect on, like myself, for eternity.
Yes.
And we are in spaces where we can do the same thing. We have the capacity, but because we're so distracted, a lot of us will transition. We will leave this earth not even tapping into what we're really sent here to do.
Yes.
and
Mm.
and i and I think, again, it comes with knowing that you've got to be at peace
Yes.
to know what your purpose and your vision
Mhm.
is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was the topic last week, knowing your purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is your purpose, and how do you know when you're in your purpose? You know what I'm saying? When you're operating in your purpose.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times, your purpose is not for you. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not like Jenny said. You never know who you're gonna bless with Rob. Even when you talk about your testimony and your struggles and the things that you go through, and even when you want to quit this platform, you don't know who you reaching on the other side.
Yeah, and I realized that, you know, see, I have a I have an ear for I listen to when the Spirit speaks to me, you know,
Absolutely.
and every time I get to a place of thinking like that, I get some confirmations from somewhere. He
Yeah.
gonna send somebody some kind of confirmation coming from somebody to say, "Hey man, I heard the show yesterday, man. I love your show,"
Yeah.
and that be the confirmation right there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can't quit. You know what I'm saying? So just like with me singing, you know, I got a whole album out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But sometimes, but I used to get, well, why people ain't listening to me? I sing good. You know what I'm saying? But people don't listen to my music. But when a funeral comes, on the forefront they call. You know what I'm
But you know
saying?
what's funny, Rob? What's funny that you said that. For a long time, I've been doing poetry. I've been doing spoken word for a while. I've been writing forever, but for a long time, I knew the people was coming to the shows and they would hear me and this and that. But of course, I didn't think that I was really getting any point across to anyone. But I've had several ladies come up and say, "Yeah, I heard your such and such poem, and that really blessed me, and I'm so grateful. And yeah, I really like to see you every time you out. I really appreciate what you do, and you know how much that means to me. That I
Yeah, but
know but I've always the person that I am. I've always been in an attitude of service. I've always served others. I taught preschool. I've always loved to teach kids. I've helped the parents. I've always did community stuff. I've done women's program at church. I do all of that. I've done that type of thing. So I know that the job and the life that I live is not in vain. So like I keep saying, whether it's 101, I'm going to still give that part of me because I know that somebody just now, even on this podcast, somebody out there listening to us, and we didn't gave them some tools for them to make it and fight another day.
Yeah.
They might have thought today was the day they was gonna give up. They tired of they ain't in love no more. They don't want to date no more. They don't know what their purpose is. They don't care. They don't have peace. But we might have gave them some kind of tool or some kind of information, or we may have came across something that gives them another day, gives them a
yeah,
day to fight on,
Yeah.
yeah,
gives them the reason to know, hey, oh well, I got a purpose, I got a plan, what's my vision, what do I need to do, how do I need to do inner work to take care of me, so when I do meet the kind of man or woman that I want, I'm available and I'm ready for that. Because a lot of times we don't recognize God sends us people all the time. We don't recognize them because we're not in that attitude of being grateful to receive.
Right. And you gotta be too that to be grateful for your position in life. Everybody's not gonna be
No
positioned
matter what it
in
is.
places in the same spots. What you do is going to have its significance, regardless of whether you think it's not as important as what somebody else does. You have to be grateful for your position wherever it is. And when you know what it is, you really can be grateful because you know you're serving and doing what you're here to do.
Right.
now at the same time, now being grateful don't mean just be glad that you're in a space, but
Right.
keep striving to be better, be in a
Absolutely.
better place. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be,
Absolutely.
it's ultimately gonna be up to God whether He, you know, take you to another place. You
And
know
he
what
Absolutely.
I'm saying?
will. He will.
But you
And
have to be grateful. You have to be grateful for the things you have in the space that He has you operating in.
absolutely.
That's what gratefulness means to me. You know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
But
some
I'm not gonna not make another album because the first album, you know what I'm saying, didn't do as good as I wanted to. But I'm grateful for being able to make that first album. I didn't even know how to write, man. I've never written a song in my life. Then I came up, before I knew it, I had written a whole album. You know what I'm saying? And I dedicated that to God. You know what I'm saying? My God, how God felt, how he felt to me, how he filled me up. You know, but in the next album, I'm calling it Spiritual Soul. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go down a lot of different avenues with it. So.
And now you done got into the rooms and the places that you thought you'd never be. You
Rooms
there.
I
And
never
you meet
thought. Yeah.
and you know what? Our names are being spoken in rooms we haven't even walked into. Believe it. Believe that.
I'm singing I'm singing.
You ain't even
I'm,
walked in there. They know you.
I'm in the courtroom singing in front of the judge who Donald Trump had to go in front of. Man, everybody. What a name?
But they know
Fannie
you.
Willis. All the big time politicians in Atlanta. I'm in the courtroom, you know, singing 2 songs in front of them, you know. So, and I felt like I belong. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't not intimidated at all.
You should never be intimidated. If God sends you to those places, that's where you're supposed to be, and that's your moment. And you use your moment for what it's worth. And you shine because that's what you are called. You're called to be the light in the dark place, and that's why he sends you where you go. Even if he tell me to go down the street and feed somebody, I pass by somebody and turn around and go back and feed them. I might be feeding a millionaire that's down on his luck, and he might decide to bless me because I fed him. You never know who you meet, and I don't ever want to be so high on the hog that I think that I couldn't be him. I couldn't get there. I couldn't have that moment because we can all have that moment. We can all be down low. We can all be up high. We could be in the middle. But wherever we are, if we're grateful for that moment and that time and that season, we never know what our next season's gonna be. Our next season's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be great. I'm not having the best of things going on, but I am having the best of things going on, I should say. Because it's all about your perspective and how you look at things. So
I'm gonna say this. This is to me, and I want to say this. Jesus came down low to serve us. You know what I'm saying? He left his divinity. So we're supposed to serve each other. We're supposed to be for each other. Whatever gifts and talents we have, we're supposed to use it. And that is how we can bless the people that are in our lives. And we just, again, it continues on. And that way, you build a better space around you. You build a better space around you. And we can't change it all, but maybe it'll help make a difference with the way some of these people think. These stupid women. I have a list of restaurants.
They say one child. I'm gonna go to all of them except for Cheesecake Factory. There's a couple of them I don't like. Chipotle, that's not my thing.
Okay,
but the rest of them on there, I might have to pull up because I like them. But how about instead of fussing about that list, how about they go and take their step to a black-owned restaurant and invest their money back into the black-owned restaurant?
You know they ain't going now.
I mean, just a suggestion. If you're listening.
Let's switch gears a little bit before we get off, man. The night is Halloween. I don't see nobody with no costume on. So
well, I had mine on earlier.
The Halloween just don't feel the same. Do you celebrate Halloween?
I don't.
Not really. I dressed up for work. I dressed up last year, but I don't have kids, so it's not a big thing.
I have to do what I do for work, but
it ain't nothing to celebrate. I'm just saying, the festivities of it. People having parties and trick or treating and all that. Y'all did it when y'all was kids, though, didn't you?
I did for sure.
Yeah, I did as well. I have a different perspective on a lot of these holidays now because they're money-making holidays and we're not making none of the money. We're just the consumers. And so I just feel like if I'm not in a position to make the money, I'm not going to be the consumer. I'm making a choice where my position is going to be, and I don't want it to be the consumer position.
So do y'all feel some kind of way do y'all feel some kind of way like the fun we had with it? Are we stealing it from the kids because we're kind of like woke to the facts of it now? Do y'all feel like can we?
I just say to each his own. Do what you think is best for you and your children.
Yeah, but I also think the level of consciousness that we have today, it wasn't what our parents had. in regards to reading the lines in between the lines.
Yeah.
And a lot of these things, it's for us to, who's spending all of this money? Like most of these people who are spending all of this money on costumes and all of this other stuff, like honestly, they really don't have it to spend. A lot of these kids, like my question would be, when was the last time you've been to the dentist? I just think, and we're not going to be perfect, but I just think with the resources that we have now, with 2-parent households back in the days, y'all know this, they were struggling with 2-parent households, still making it work, but we had value standards, we had traditional ways, we did stuff as families. It's separate. The kids don't even eat at the table with parents no more.
No.
So I think this tradition of trick-or-treating and stuff, well, let's go back to the tradition that's going to change the dynamics of our communities and our families. Getting candy from a stranger's house, and people crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want. No, I turn my lights out. My sister just called me saying she's pulling up, so I just feel obliged to go turn my lights back on. But I don't want to. Why would I need to open the door? You got people kicking in doors now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's a scary, scary time.
Oh yeah, it's different. It's not the same.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just have a little Halloween party, invite the kids over that
Yeah.
And be done with it,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good thing, My little nephew's 6, so he ain't going. My sister ain't taking them nowhere tonight, but she popping popcorn and they about to watch movies and about to she bought them some candy and gonna put it in a bowl and they gonna have them a good time, and so they're okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna go watch Thriller. It's close to midnight.
I used to be scared of that when I was little.
You
When I
scared of
was
Thriller?
younger. But I think it was more Vincent Price because he was the scary man on all the movies. So yeah, so I was like, oh my god, that is scary. But yeah, I think I think we just need to get back to that, the family oriented things like that. So
All right,
it's time to
yeah,
go.
we had a great conversation. I appreciate y'all ladies for coming on. I wish I had some fellas on here to come on and give y'all some tough questions. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I do too. I would have
But
loved.
anyway, I
You
enjoyed
were
y'all.
so nice tonight.
What happened to? I gotta go check see my boy Stanford. All right.
I know he probably trick or treating with his children, or
If
either
he had
they
been on
doing
here,
something.
it would have been crazy. I know he would have had a lot to say.
Yes.
All right, well, we're gonna get into these part comments, y'all. Whatever y'all want to talk about before we get up out this thing, let's do it.
I'll go.
And Cuz.
Yes, sir.
You need to put a picture of some up there.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
want to
saying?
put a picture.
You got to put a picture of some up there.
I'll find a picture next time. How about that?
All right, that sounds good.
Thank you for working with me.
And also, if you got some stuff you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? This, like I say, this platform, it's not my platform. I did this for the people, you know what I'm saying? So we can come together and we can have some good, healthy conversation. That's all.
And and I appreciate it. It's definitely a platform worthy of having. And I'm grateful for the perspectives. I would love to. I thought about having a couple of my guy friends chime in for the kicks and giggles because and they were like, "This is trash. I'm so tired of this."
What's going on over there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
With me? I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry.
Sound like you turned into a robot or something with your phone. I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I walked into a different area. Okay. No, I just, I'm grateful and I hope we can kind of do this. And I know at times you have, guys on platform, but it's always good dialogue to have. And I'm grateful. That's all.
All right. Well, appreciate you coming on. Yeah, I hear you. You in the building. You hear me?
Okay. It looks like okay. Yeah, I can. It just went out. It blacked the phone blacked out.
Why you just stay where you was all night? You in one spot, and all of a sudden you want to move.
Because I told you my sister stopped by to bring some onions because I'm gonna make some onion soup, and I had to go to the door. Cousin, he's such a bully, y'all. He's
Which
been
one of your
bullying me for a
cousins?
I
long time.
know. I fight with him every week. We didn't fight tonight though.
Who came? Which one of your
Christ.
cousins? Which one of your sisters?
My sister Valerie.
Valerie.
Yeah,
What
Valerie brought me some onions to make some onion soup.
Now I don't heard people borrowing sugar, egg. I ain't never heard about it borrowing onions.
She didn't. I'm not borrowing the onions. She got a surplus of onions, and I told her I would make some onion soup for us.
Where you get a surplus of onions from?
Oh my gosh! Why you gotta shake me down? Why? Why must you
Girl,
shake
punch him in his chest real hard when you see him.
I know. Well, you know, this is the season. I'm not sure if I learned this little recipe. Well, I put onions. I put honey over onions and a little garlic, and I use that for a cough. But you know, onions are better than cough syrup and cold medicine.
Yep.
Yeah, you put them in your sock too, and put them on your feet at night. It'll draw the toxins out.
Oh no, man, we finna get out that conversation. It's getting weird.
So
it's getting weird.
You started digging in.
She's talking about putting onions on your feet and your sock.
Yes,
it's the truth.
Go look it up, Rob. I'm gonna send you something.
It'll detox you.
Well, it'll stop you from smelling like toe jam and start smelling like onions.
Well, you're gonna wake up not being congested.
That's right.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all have those remedies right there. Grandmama didn't teach me that one.
So ridiculous.
But anyway, cuz you done. You got something else you want to say? What you got going on? Advertise what you got going on. You know.
I mean, what do you mean?
I mean your business.
Oh, I mean, can I do it next time? Look, so I'm a bag designer. I do a combination of things, but one of the things is I design bags. So that's all for now. I've learned to, and this is one of the reasons why I have issues when people say, "What do you do?" I have embraced the fact that sometimes I just don't want to. I want to unplug from every title, and does that make sense?
Yes, it
I
does.
just don't. I don't want to do nothing but just sit and be.
Yes.
And I appreciate it. No, I really, really love and appreciate it. But sometimes I just want to be, and I don't want to be on. I mean, I teach, but I don't want to be on. I don't want to, I'm from Atlanta. I want to speak Ebonics. I don't want my subjects and verbs to agree every day. And I want to be around people where they embrace me for who I am. And I just don't like to operate in those spaces. So right now at 8:51, I just don't want to be anything.
I feel you. I do.
I'm just sipping on my little tea and calling it a day.
I get you.
Are you a tea sipper too?
I'm a tea sipper. I'm having honey, lavender.
I love it. I love tea. I love herbal teas. Love it.
Well, cuz I appreciate you coming on. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me.
Don't be a stranger. You can drop in anytime you want to. I finally got you. But next time I'm gonna get your face and everything on here.
Oh my geez.
I'm gonna let you get away with it today.
Thank you for giving me grace. I appreciate that.
All right, then. I love you. You can't do nothing about it.
Love you too. And ladies, it was definitely a pleasure, and I'll be back on. And it's really funny. And it's really funny. Well, I call him I don't know. You go by RL. I see RL. I call him Lamar. So
the L is for Lamar. They know.
Yes. Okay. But it's funny that this is an offside conversation because Derek and I started like little chats the first of the year, and it's really funny because I was like, "This is interesting. We all need to chat together." So but. Our cousin,
y'all started one, or y'all started one?
We started one. We started a podcast as
when?
Well. Like was it either the first of the year or the end of last year? I've had some stuff going on with the house and stuff, but
Okay.
yeah, so we have all of the equipment and everything set up at his house. But of course, make a long story short, I had the tree to fall in my house, so I had to have the house rebuilt. I was staying with my sister, so I'm moving back in. So I just don't have the capacity right now to engage in it. But it was Act on Your Word podcast. It is. But I say that to say because I would definitely like to kind of merge and we just kind of chat, because I think, like one of the ladies said, we need to get back to having almost like a fireside chat to kind of become more grounded in respect to who we are individually and just as a community. So I love it and I'm grateful.
Oh, well, I'm down for whatever. I'm down for the people. Whatever the people want. I'm gonna give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want.
Somebody
Got
sing a
to give the
song.
people.
That's right.
Give it up. Give the people what they want.
That should be your intro. I like that.
Yeah, let's do it, cuz. Yeah, whatever. You know,
Let's
let's
do
do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Who want to do they who else want to do their part and comment? Who next?
I'll go next. I'll go next.
Go ahead, Jenny.
All right. It's short and simple. I just want to say a good attitude is gratitude. Y'all have a good night.
And Jenny, hold on. You ain't getting away that quick. And Jenny,
And Jenny, I love your hair, baby. Embrace it, baby. Rock it out. It's gorgeous.
Listen, it's I haven't straightened it, so it's like it's real thick and big. I gotta straighten
That's
it.
okay. Mine is too sometimes. So do what you want to do. It's okay. It's yours.
This is my natural look. This is my whole natural look.
That's cute.
Yes.
It's cute. It's
Thank
cute.
you. Thank you.
Okay, that's cute, real cute.
That's right.
Okay, Jenny, tell them what you got going on. Jenny got her own channel on YouTube. What she do videos.
Yes, I'm gonna have to chime in.
So yeah, so it's called J Renee Talks, and Renee is my middle name. That channel has been created to evolve into a lot more than where it started. I've gotten to start with what I have. I pretty much have my introduction trailer out, and I also had the first video out a couple of weeks ago. So I'm working on some other videos coming, and it's going to focus on all those things that in the trailer you'll see, which is going to be about relationships. It's going to be about your self-care, your mental health, and your spiritual awareness. And all of those things to me are just so they intersect, like they connect to your whole being, and as far as like how you move in this lifetime. Like when you understand all those things and you work and pay attention to those areas of your life, it's gonna actually affect everything else. And then the first video I have, it's amazing how all the stuff that we talked about tonight, it resonated with the video that I put out called Who Are You?
Yeah.
Video, it was talking about, you know, your purpose. Why are you here? Who are you? It's not what you do. It's not all the things that you have. And it's just, we talked about all this stuff tonight. And that's like a starter video to kind of set the tone for the videos that are coming, because they're coming and they're going to come closer together, more frequent. But it's but that's the starter video to kind of give everybody a feel for what I'm about and what I'm presenting to be of help to people, because we have a lot of things that's out here that we can click on and go to that is for your visual, that kind of, you know, get you going with what you see in the flesh. This stuff is touching on internal in things that are the most important, because those are the things that matter and last. So
yeah.
All right, Jenny. All right, Jenny. And I think this is what God is about. See, a lot of people got testimonies that they're afraid to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the people who with no substance, they have taken over social media, because the people with the true stories and testimonies that God have given them are afraid to tell the story.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So hey, do your thing, sister. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Thank y'all. I enjoyed it, and y'all have a good night.
You too, Jenny. See you next time.
Yes, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. So I guess it's me, huh?
Yeah, I guess it is you.
Hey, listen, we was getting along tonight. Oh, don't start that.
I ain't gonna.
So, just want to say thank you once again, Rob, for this wonderful platform that you provide us each week to be able to come on and express ourselves and have healthy dialogue and conversation. So, thank you so much. I am definitely internally grateful for that. Also, I got a little poem and yes, I'm a poet. If you would like to follow me, please do. I'm on Facebook and I'm also on Instagram. Latina Life and Love Notes. On Instagram, it's Latina underscore life underscore love underscore notes. I think that's how it is. But if you pull it up, you should see my picture.
Why don't
But
you just put
please,
it? Why don't you just put it next to your? They got a place you can put your like the stuff when you type your name
oh,
in and all that. They can do all that.
okay.
So,
Then
yeah.
I'll do it for next time when I come on.
All right,
But
cool.
yeah, you guys can follow me there if you like. I am a spoken word artist that is for hire. So reach out to me and I will travel for the right, condition. Um, so I got a quick poem, and I'm so grateful for our discussion. So this has been really a good discussion. This poem is it's not titled. Um, it's hard to explain to people. It's hard to explain yourself to people that are not willing to understand you or your point of view. Perhaps it is a carnal mind they operate out of the flesh, or is it jealousy? Deep within, being knowledgeable is the first of our sins. When you know too much, it's hard to touch your heart that is totally free. To love, to live, to see the good and all the evil that we are presented each day. So, what do we do? Do we keep giving our minds over to those that are not like minded? Or do we give our minds to those that are striving for knowledge? Who is wise in your eyes? So, you have to know your vision, but you can't have your vision without having your purpose. Once you get your purpose will lead you to your vision, and where you have your vision, your purpose, and your peace. And you got to have the potential to be able to cultivate all those things. So, if you are searching, if you are looking, sit down and write out your goals. Sit down and write out where you want to be. If you're not where you want to be right now, well, sit down and write it out. Write out where you manifest where you want to go. No, there's not a goal that's too small or too big. So, and by the way, I am about to be a published author. I will have a book coming soon, and I'm hoping to be published before the end of the year. That's what the goal is. And once I get to the, um, I'm almost finished, Rob. So once I get to that stage, and I'll go ahead and start announcing. But it's coming.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
For the poem, that's how y'all do
Thank you for the snaps. All right, and it was nice to meet you, cousin. Come on anytime with us, because we be needing to tag team Rob. We be talking too much sometimes, but I love you, Rob. Thank you, bruh.
This
Nice
ain't
to
what
meet
y'all
you
want.
as well.
All right, and have a good night.
This
I'm
ain't what
out.
y'all. This ain't what y'all want.
Well, I'm gonna talk to you about it next week.
All right, Tina.
All right, I'm gone. Have a good
All right.
night.
Peace out. All right, cuz.
All right, good night.
Good night. All right, y'all. This is where we gotta say goodbye. Listen, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all can't do nothing about it. Listen. Just be grateful for what you have, man. Be grateful for what you have. And trust me, God will add more. God will add more once He sees that you are grateful for what you have, y'all. That's it, y'all. That's it. It's simple. Life is simple, man. It's simple. Be patient and grateful and wait. Wait on Him. Wait on Him. He's going to do it. Peace out. Love y'all. Y'all can't do nothing about it.